Hi, I'm Paul from Hi5. So Hi5 is one of the world's largest and fastest growing social networks. I'm sure you've all heard of it. I'm going to tell you a little story to get going here. We were at the Campfire about 6 months ago, and it was all about open social. And we had a demo that we sort of cooked together in about a week, and involved doing a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of work, but it really came off really well. And the point I'm going to try to make here is that the open standards that underlie open social and the community that's built up around it is really what's making us successful on this. And I think the same thing is going to happen with Friend Connect too. So basically, after the last Campfire, we decided to take our friends who you just saw, and we put them on Hi5 with an open social app. So we were the first one out there. We had 2 music apps in December. Worked really well. Our users loved it because it was even better than the app that had been there before. Then starting in January, we actually started to really work full time on building a real open social platform. We were very lucky in that we were working with partners like Google and others who are working on open social, and it came out really well. In 3 months, actually almost 4 months I should say, we actually launched to all of our 80 million users, and people couldn't be happier about it. So what have been the results? Well, since that launch time, third-party developers have created over 500 applications, and about half of our users have at least 3 applications on their profile. And every day we're seeing 1 million users and 6 million canvas views. So what's the point I'm trying to make here? Well, it's basically that this, by working together to build these tools and using open technologies like open social, all of us can get a lot done with a lot less effort. So I don't know how many people here would actually try and create a platform in 4 months, but by the help of the community, we're actually able to do it. So with the launch of Friend Connect, I think we're going to get an equally exciting amount of activity. So the best thing about it is that it's going to take the features that the people love on Hi5, the friends lists, the activity feeds. You saw a whole bunch of it already just now. You can sort of see all that tied together back into your Hi5 account or other social container account, and everyone's going to love it. And the big important thing as a container, though, that we're really concerned about and really careful about is privacy. So the really nice thing to see here tonight was that privacy is a first-class citizen. It's really being dealt with right off the bat. Very good. So we expect that that people are going to use these other websites. They'll use Friend Connect and connect with their Hi5 account. It's going to be just great. So, pardon me, I'm an engineer. I'm not used to not demoing something. So, talking about the sort of meta of all this is a bit of a new thing for me. But in any case, so let's actually talk a little bit about technology. I mean, you've heard a few references to it. OpenID, OAuth, things like that. And for me personally, that's actually one of the best things that's about this whole project that really actually excites me. For our developers and partners, adopting things like these standards actually means that the web becomes a better place, because all of a sudden now we've got a foundation of new technologies that we can build upon. When all the sites are supporting OpenID and all the sites are supporting OAuth and a majority of sites are supporting open social, it enables things like Friend Connect and probably 15, 20, who knows how many other applications. And that's just good for the web as a whole. And I'm really happy to see that. And I also consider it as a first step on the way towards the data portability and also linked data movements. So I'm really, really happy to see that. And as we go along, I mean, there's a lot of people are concerned that well, isn't this like damaging for Hi5 and other containers? I mean, won't we just sort of get cut out of the loop? Well, actually, I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case at all. I think that the containers like us are always at the forefront of technology. We're continuing to improve our product, make it better, make it work better with other things. So if users can use Hi5 all over the web, that's good for us, it's good for our users, it's just good for everyone. And I just want to thank Google for taking this great step and moving things forward. And we look forward to having Friend Connect on Hi5 in the next weeks and months. And now, Lucian? I think you have some things to say.
Thanks. So I'm here from LinkedIn, and I know all you guys know LinkedIn, 23 million people in a business professional network. I want to talk a little bit about what we've been working on for a while, because it's actually very similar to what you're seeing here. We, for the last number of months, have been trying to build a platform that allows you to take your LinkedIn network with you while you travel around the web. And our efforts at doing that have shown us a couple things. And one of the primary things is that we've got to be really careful about privacy. And so as we've looked at what you're doing with your LinkedIn network, this is your profile, your professional identity, and it's the people that you choose to connect with, which are usually related to your career, somebody you want to be hired by, somebody you want to hire. So it's very important that you have control over that privacy and that you feel comfortable with the privacy. And so as we've looked at building out a platform that lets you take your network with you, we've looked at building APIs, and we've built those out so that people can do deep integrations at an API level, and we've got API partners out there, and we build those with people that we can be certain are going to respect the privacy of our users as much as we do ourselves. And we've built widgets that let kind of everybody build simple little integrations on their websites with LinkedIn functionality, and those can spread anywhere because that widget model it tends to be very secure. And one of the things that we really liked about what we saw here is it lets people build deeper integrations, spread widely, because we believe that the privacy model here fits with the privacy concerns that we've got within LinkedIn. We believe that this model allows users to take their network with them, use it throughout the web, and be comfortable that they're in a secure environment. And so LinkedIn is going to sign up to support this. A couple of things you'll be able to do. And remember, LinkedIn is a professional network. So it's a little different than the social networks. We've seen some great examples of what people will do with social networks. On a professional network side, there's some similar things, but they sort of translate a little bit. Like we talked about, I like showing you who you might know that's going to go to a conference. LinkedIn will be able to show you, who you might know that's going to be at a show. LinkedIn will be able to show you who you know that's going to be at a conference or a business event that you're going to, because your business connections and contacts are in LinkedIn. You'll be able to read news stories around the web and quickly see, say the news story highlights IBM in Germany. You'll be able to quickly see, do I know anybody in IBM in Germany to reach out and talk to about it, because they're doing this spectacular new thing. I want to understand it better. You'll be able to flip through job postings on job websites and very quickly see, how many people do I know there? Who do I know there that could help me get in there, help me get that job? And so all the things that you'd like to do with your professional network as you travel across the web will start to be able to happen. And sometimes through deep API integrations with LinkedIn, sometimes through LinkedIn widgets, and now through a whole new program that lets us spread LinkedIn and lets LinkedIn users take it with them in a very controlled and secure way. So that's why LinkedIn is involved, and we look forward to seeing what all of you guys do to build out these great experiences. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Lucian. So before we wrap up here, I wanted to do a little bit of recap and a little bit of let's put this all in perspective. And I want to start with the most important icon that we've seen tonight, and it's the user. Right? All of this is about making things better for the user. So here's a user. User all by himself, nothing to do, nothing to see, no one to be with. So what's the first thing he does? He says, all right, let's go on the web. Let's find something interesting. There's lots of things on the web. I must be interested in at least one of these millions of web pages. This is a great web page. I'm excited. I'm great. I like this website. I'm still kind of lonely. So we have this user. User found the web. The web is good. User's happy. But the user would be happier if the user could bring some of his friends with him, could connect to his friends, interact with his friends, do something with people that he knows, do something with people that she knows on this website. Obvious premise. No deep thoughts here. People like being social. People like the web. Put them together. That's good. That's what we were trying to do with Google Friend Connect. And by the way, there's not just one good website. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. The web is big. People are interested in lots of different things. And I should be able to get these benefits anywhere that I go on the web. So, but how do we do that, right? Here's this web. Users interacting with each other. Let me walk you through the 3 core pieces of open technology that had to get real before we could build Friend Connect. So Friend Connect is, as many people have said tonight, is built on open standards. Many of you here have been evangelizing some of these standards, have been helping to create these standards, helping to get adoption for these standards. Over the last 6 months, we've seen things tipping. In talking with many of you right before things got started tonight, it was interesting to hear how many of us have the sense that, hey, we're at this moment, we're at this cusp. It's like we're just getting critical mass and we're able to start putting together the pieces. So what's one of the first pieces? First piece, if you want to do something, is you have to know who people are. You have to have some sort of account. And people are tired of having too many credentials. This great standard, OpenID, lets us not proliferate credentials any more widely than we want. So Google Friend Connect is able to build on top of OpenID for sign-in so users can use their credentials from anywhere. Second thing I need is I need to find people to connect with. Well, as Paul and Lucian and others said, the hard part about giving access to the information I already have entered about who my friends are, who my connections are, who my contacts are, it's not giving access to the data. That's a pretty straightforward API problem. It's a get friends, right? How hard is that? The hard part is doing it in a trusted way, where the user is in control of their own information. Right? In the bad old days, the way you got information from some third party is you said, could you please loan me your password and trust me to log into this other site with your password. That's not a very good idea. We all know that's not a very good idea. The work that the community has done to create standards to allow that to be done correctly, OAuth has been where most of that work has settled, and OAuth is a hard problem of how do we do a 3-part authorization where we can actually give people access to the right information in a trusted way where, again, the user is in control of their information. Because of the standardization on authorization protocols like OAuth, it's now possible to have this set of data access APIs so users can take the information they've created about themselves, their friend connections, who they're associated with, and securely share that in other sites on the web. So that was the second thing. We have to know who you are for us to be able to enable the Friend Connect vision. And we have to know who you're connected to. We have to be able to leverage that. And the third piece is we have to give you something to do. Well, as Nat was saying earlier, he's an app developer. There are many app developers here. He could build an application to do just about anything for just about any group of people on just about any website. But, we were talking about how much sleep Nat gets. I think he might be able to do that 4 more times. And that's it, right? Then he's done. Without an open standard to allow the applications that one app developer builds to run in many different contexts, we're limited in how much scale we've got. There's only so much that any one person can do. Standards are a multiplier. They always have been. So because the whole web community, Google is just part of that web community. We helped with some of these standards. We followed some of these standards. We led some of these standards. As the whole web community, by moving these standards to the point where OpenID and OAuth and OpenSocial and other related standards have gotten to the point now where they're real, they're being adopted, there's real interoperability, there's the ability to use them. That's what enabled us to connect all those dots, build Google Friend Connect, and allow all of the users who want to be on the web, interact with people they know. That's what made it possible. So let's loop back to the why statement from the very beginning. This same slide was an I want slide at the beginning. We think that what we are able to do with Friend Connect, building on these standards, enabling all of our partners, we think we're able to give users more ways to do more things with their friends. We think Google Friend Connect makes it possible for site owners to get more and more engaged traffic in answer to Barry's prayers on their site. And we think it makes it possible for app developers to get more reach for their applications. And we think it makes it possible for everyone to do this in a pretty easy way. Popping up one level in the big picture, this is all part of what we, and I really mean this in a very inclusive we sense, what we're all part of doing is building a web that is more social, a web that's more open, and a web that therefore is giving users more of what they really want. That's what this is all part of. That's what we are doing together, building on lots of great work and putting it together, and we're looking forward to seeing this spread into lots of sites, lots of locations across the web. As I said at the beginning, the preview release will be going live a little later on tonight. what we're asking anyone who's interested to do is please come to google.com/friendconnect, sign up, and tell us what you're interested in. Right? We want that wait list to give us a lot of feedback, a lot of information on what we should be doing next, how we should be opening this up. We'll be opening it up as quickly as we can. We are very eager to get this in a lot more hands because the most exciting applications of Google Friend Connect are the ones that we haven't thought of. Right? The most exciting use cases are the ones that someone listening to this talk is thinking about right now. Those are the ones that we're really looking forward to see. One last thing before we wrap up. Google has lots of outreach to developers. I was not allowed to stand up on this stage without making sure you knew that you have an opportunity as a developer to get a lot of information about not only the efforts that Google is doing in this social area, a full update on Open Social and on Friend Connect in progress, but a lot of the other activity that Google does to help developers get more information about how we at Google are developers, you in the audience are developers. Google I/O is a chance for us to share information about what we're doing to make all of us as developers have better lives. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for attending. Look forward to mingling, and I hear there's some great guacamole under the tent and back. Later tonight. We don't know exactly, but it will be before midnight. The site will be live tonight. Okay. Thank you all very much.